The difference between winning and waiting is what you do in the next 3 minutes. Most people go through life like they're scrolling through their phones, endlessly swiping, hoping something exciting happens, but never really in control. But you're here, and in the next 3 minutes, you're going to learn what 90% of people never figure out. And it's not some secret code. It's a mindset, a rhythm, a way of thinking that rewires how you approach problems, people, and even pain. And by the way, before we go deep, if you're someone who thrives on growth and real transformation, check out my book in the description. Now let's begin. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I met a guy named Adam at a coffee shop. He was smart, driven, had 3 degrees, spoke 2 languages, but he was stuck. Every time I asked what he was working on, he'd say, "I've got this big idea I'm perfecting. It just needs a bit more time." 6 months later, same answer. 2 years later, still perfecting. Meanwhile, a friend of mine, Layla, with 0 background in business, launched a tiny Etsy store, learned through trial and error, failed a few times, and now she's making 6 figures working from her kitchen table. So what happened? The difference wasn't intelligence, it was this. Adam was waiting for clarity. Layla created it. If you want to outsmart 90% of people, here's the first truth. Start before you're ready. Most people are trained to wait. Wait until it's safe. Wait until you have a plan. Wait until you feel motivated. But success doesn't wait. It responds to movement, to friction, to decisions. Want to launch something? Do it dirty. Learn out loud. Want to write a book? Start with a paragraph. Want better relationships? Be radically honest today. You'll learn more doing in 1 week than most people learn thinking in a year. Think about it. If success came from just thinking, then overthinkers would rule the world. Instead, they rule their bedrooms at 2 a.m., wondering why life feels stuck. Psychologists call this the illusion of competence. We feel smart just by consuming information, but unless that knowledge becomes action, you're just stacking books in your brain's attic. You don't need more ideas. You need more implementation. Here's what the top 10% do differently, and you can start today. 1. They don't react. They respond. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," they say, "That's not my priority." It puts them back in control. Try it. You'll instantly feel more powerful. 2. They play long games. Most people chase dopamine likes, followers, applause. The smart ones? They chase discipline. They know if you suffer now, you relax later. But if you relax now, you suffer later. 3. They ask better questions. Instead of, "What if I fail?" Ask, "What if I succeed and I wasn't ready?" Instead of, "What will people think?" Ask, "What will I think of myself if I don't try?" Remember Adam? He finally launched his idea, but not until 5 years later. By then, the market had changed, and he had to start from scratch. Layla? She's teaching others now. The student became the leader, not because she knew more, because she moved more. If you want to outsmart 90% of people, don't just read more. Reflect more. Don't just plan more. Practice more. Don't just dream big. Start small, every day. 3 minutes ago, you were like most people, curious, cautious, calculating. But right now, you're not most people. You're different because you stayed. You listened. You felt something shift, so don't let that shift fade. Act